So student, this is a very unique question. So two objects are there, they are moving. So in these types of question, the first approach that you have to do is draw the figure first. If you have drawn the correct figure, 50% question is solved at that time. And how will you draw the correct figure? If you read the question carefully. Don't just blindly start applying the normal formula. So let us try to draw the correct figure. So there are two particles and their motion is given perpendicular. In the language only they have given that they are moving perpendicularly. So imagine if I take this as the object A. So its velocity is like this, v1, and this is the second object, its velocity is like this v2. So from the point of intersection where the lines are intersecting, this is the intersection point O. So A is at a distance of L1, this is L1, and B is at a distance of L2. So they are asking us what is the shortest distance between them. So you see here, whenever you see two objects are moving, and if you have to make one object stop, just use the concept of relative motion. How will you know you have to use relative motion? Both the objects are moving, and they are asking shortest distance, shortest time. So for such type of questions, we have to use a trick called relative motion. So what will happen is, if I observe A from frame of B, so only one object is moving, then the motion is much more simple to analyze. So if I analyze B from frame of A, imagine how will A move from B? If there is an observer with B, how will A move? So from frame of B, this was from ground frame. This is from ground frame. And you must have observed a lot of times. For this observer, how will this observer move? It will go straight, it will go this, how it will go? Actually, it will go like this. Why it will go like this? Because if I observe A from B, velocity of A with respect to B will be what? Velocity of A minus velocity of B. So actually the figure that we will get is like this. B will stay like that only. So for A, we will give two velocity. One is vertically upward and one is like this. Why? Because if we put the values here, what we will get here? We will get V1, and also if we put the axis, XY axis, if we take V1 j cap minus V2 I cap. Because initially the velocity of B was towards the positive x axis. So this is the velocity that you will get. So actually the net motion of A with respect to B, it will be like this. Because the net velocity is how much? Net velocity is the vector resultant of these two velocities. So what we are doing here is, we are observing the motion of A with respect to B. So we have used the basic relative motion equation. This always works. No matter whatever is the frame, whatever is the thing, this equation always works. So the net velocity or net velocity of A with respect to B is this much. This is the net velocity. So what will happen is, somewhere A will intersect this line, and this is B. So from frame of B, B is stationary. A will move like this. So somewhere down the line, so motion of A from B frame is a straight line. So here we have to take some help from maths. What is the shortest distance of a line from a point? If you drop a perpendicular here, this is the shortest distance. If we can find this distance, this is the shortest distance. So now our aim will be to find this shortest distance. This thing should be clear कि from frame of B, the motion of A is like this. For an observer with B, the motion is like this. So what is this distance? Let us try to find this out. So first of all, let me take this angle theta. This is also theta. This is also theta. And this is the net velocity. This is a theta angle. So what is tan theta? In this right angle triangle, this small right angle triangle, what is tan theta? So tan theta is actually V1 by V2. That is the number one thing. Also let us assume कि this, when the A is moving from B frame, it is intersecting this line. This whole line was how much? L2. So it is intersecting at a distance x. This is x. So this is how much? This is L2 minus x. Yes or no? This whole distance of the B from intersection point was L2. So this is x, this is L2 minus x, very good. And we have to find this distance. This is the required answer. The shortest distance of A from B. So you consider this question, this versus this. In this case, both the observers were moving, but now only one observer is moving. How fascinating. So we have to use some geometry here. So again, it all comes back to the mathematical tools chapter. It's very like water is elixir of life. Same thing is mathematical tools is elixir of physics. So let us now try to find x. If we can find x, we can very well find y. Because in this right angle triangle, what is sine theta? If I talk about this right angle triangle, sine theta is y by L2 minus x. So if we know tan theta, what is sine theta? This also we know. If we know the one trigonometric ratio, what will be the other trigonometric ratios? So for that, what we can do is, yes, it is visible. So in the right angle triangle, I am drawing a right angle triangle where tan theta is V1 by V2. So what will be this side? This side will be under root of V1 square plus V2 square. Or what is sine theta? Sine theta is V1 upon under root of V1 square plus V2 square. Yes, now it is visible. So that was for this triangle. Also, first of all, you have to find x. So you see in this right angle triangle, what is tan theta? In this right angle triangle, tan theta is how much? X by L1. We also know what is the value of tan theta. Tan theta is V1 by V2. V1 by V2. So from here, x comes out to be V1 L1 by V2. So you see, x we have finally obtained. So we will put this value of x here and find the value of y, because we have to find y. So putting this value here, y comes out to be sine theta. What is sine theta? V1 upon under root of V1 square plus V2 square into L2 minus x. L2 minus x, so it is L2 minus V1 L2, sorry, V1 L1 by V2. Tan theta is V1 by V2, L2 minus x. Tan theta is x by L1, right? No, actually in this right angle triangle, tan theta is different. Height is actually what? L1 by x. So we have to replace this thing. L1 by x it is. So from here, x comes out to be L1 V2 by V1. So putting this value in this formula, and a sine theta we obtained. So x we already found now. So putting the value of x in the formula, L2 minus x. X is L1 V2 by V1. So it finally it will give you L2 V1 minus V2 L1. See, first of all you have to take the mod, because you never know it is positive value or negative value, na? So we have to take model. Whenever this kind of thing is happening, we don't know whether it is positive or negative. Just take the modulus value upon under root of V1 square plus V2 square. So you see how quickly we got the answer. Solutions are there with you, the written solutions that you have got, but there we have used calculus. So actually it is very time consuming. If you are able to see like that, obviously it is not, it may be difficult at first, but just use the formula. If an observer is observing if observer B is observing it, the motion is like this. So in the original problem, both objects are moving. But now what we have done is only one of the object is moving. And it is very easy to analyze. Some maths we have to use trigonometric ratios that we have all done in the mathematical tools chapter. So actually in every chapter, mathematical tools are very much required. Trigonometry you take, calculus you take, vectors you take. So until unless we have a good understanding of those things, it will be very tough otherwise. Even if you use the other chapter, calculus, in calculus also you have to have good understanding what is the meaning of it. So make your base strong and then you will be able to solve the question.